From New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, the sexy bad boy of Dallas, Josh Henderson, reveals what really makes his show sizzle. Plus, Wendy's Hot Talk panel is back to take on today's hottest celebrity stories. And all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Always good on a Friday. So, Shia LaBeouf wins a legal victory against his own uncle. Paula Deen is back on the scene and talking too much again. And George Clooney may have a new woman in his life. She's not as good looking as usual, but she's really smart. Listen, that's what mature people do. I'll explain. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topic. So, today is your last chance to show your Disney side and enter to win a chance to win a magical vacation to Walt Disney World Resorts, courtesy of the show. You know, this week's vacation package includes a 5-day, 4-night stay and a $500 gift card for some goodies at any of the Disney stores and restaurants. Yeah. They have a lot to offer. You know, their biggest store is the World of Disney. There are also some special salons to transform kids into princesses and rock stars. The kids love that kind of stuff. While I was there, you know, I got my shopping on at the boutiques at the Grand Floridian Hotel. And I picked up a few fun souvenirs. So now's your chance to win that vacation for yourself and shop like I did. You're gonna be looking for the word of the day at some point during the show today. And then you're gonna log on to wendyshow.com to enter that word. And I wanna thank the people at Disney. Thank you so much for offering this and partnering with our show. Everyone in the studio audience, they've got something for you. Listen, you're all going home with an American Tourister suitcase with a Mickey Mouse tag. I love a piece of luggage with 4 wheels. You spin it around like this, there's no problem. And it's bright, shocking pink, so you'll be able to spot your luggage from far away. Thank you, American Tourister, and thank you to our friends at Disney. Now let's talk about people. Okay, so I don't mean it in a bad way, I just mean in a Wendy way. For instance, I want to talk about Daphne Oz, not in a bad way, in a congratulatory way. Our friend Daphne gave birth to her first child, a baby girl. Dr. Oz, 53 years old, he's a young grandfather. So good, congratulations to the Oz family. So nice. Now let's talk about Paula Deen. And not in a good way. Oh, relax, because she's coming back whether you want her to or not. You know, yes, yep. You know what, lady? Clap. Go ahead, have your moment. Not you, her. You're the only one, yes. Well, we agree to disagree, but that's what makes us friends. Yes. Paula did an interview with People magazine this week, and she compared herself to the openly gay football player Michael Sam. Well, I don't know how you compare ignorance to openly gay, but try as I might, I'll pull this together for you. I feel like the words embattled or disgraced will always follow my name. It's like that black football player who recently came out. He said, I just want to be known as a football player. I don't want to be known as a gay football player. I know exactly what he's saying. How can you compare gay to ignorance? I mean, Paula, face it. You know, Paula spent the first 18 years of her life under the restrictions of the Jim Crow laws, you know. The Jim Crow laws, when Paula was 18, Jim Crow laws were abolished. And so all of a sudden, you know, black people and white people were able to be treated differently. But that is still no excuse just because she grew up the first 18 years of her life in this horrible state of injustice. You know, to know better is to do better. And unfortunately, you know, Paula is still talking, and she just needs to keep, you know, she'll always be on a slippery slope as far as, I guess, race relations are concerned. So the best thing that she can do is just don't talk, cook, and consult her younger, you know, more hip sons as to how she should act. And did you see the picture of her in one of the magazines swigging tequila out of the bottle? It wasn't even Friday. Look, she was swigging tequila out of a bottle, and then there was another picture where she jumped on a man's back, and she's, you saw that? Yes. And she said, I'm back, y'all. Paula, shh, and get to cooking. All right, so now, by the way, you know, she opened a new restaurant right next to Dolly Parton's Dollywood in Pigeon Fork, Tennessee. So she knows the audience that she's playing to. And listen, a lot of the country feels the way Paula feels. More people than you probably think feel that way. It's just that they know better than to, you know, publicize their ignorance. They save that for kitchen table talk. That's all. I'm not mad, I'm just talking. So, it looks like George Clooney has a new woman in his life. Well, he's 52, and he bought a British lawyer. She happens to major, her specialty is international law. I know, not, well, I don't know why you're owing. She's not as good looking as the rest. I'm just calling it the way I see it. She's 36 years old. She's very, very smart. Her name is Amal, and she was his personal guest at the White House recently, where they reportedly held hands and were stuck together like glue at the screening of one of his movies. You know, sometimes, because I didn't realize that the White House regularly screens movies. I thought the White House was for more important gatherings. but at the movie screening. Now, here's the thing. When a person gets to be 52 years old, we no longer feel that, you know, the outer is as important as the inner. You know, yes, we want somebody sexy to be with. I mean, you know, she's pretty enough, but just not a regular Clooney girl. But what she is to a 52-year-old Clooney is she's smart. She speaks 3 languages. She graduated from Oxford and NYU. She certainly has a career where, you know, apparently she's able to hold a conversation longer than, oh my God, you know? And that's what I think we all want as we get older, so good for her. She's 36. When you get with George Clooney, you know what you're in for. You're in to raise your Q. You're not in to get married and have kids. Her Q doesn't need to be raised unlike the other girls, you know, because he's dated all kinds of waitresses. Stacy Keibler, I wouldn't have known Stacy Keibler until she started dating George Clooney and some of those other girls, you know, so, you know, it's kind of like an even trade when you date George Clooney. You know, he gives you something, some cachet, and you take from the relationship what you can get. Now, I don't know exactly what, you know, Amal does in terms of international law, but certainly dating Clooney and going to smart places like the White House and, you know, other places that he goes will raise her Q, and by the time they break up, she'll be able to do even more than she would have without a Clooney. So it's an even trade. That's all. Did I ever show you the picture of Shia LaBeouf that I have in my office? No. Suzanne, you've seen it. I keep it on the console.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
In a special frame from Burlington.
Oh, yes, the Burlington frame.
Anyway, I don't normally frame stars' pictures. I'm not that girl, but I've loved Shia LaBeouf since this show was a concept, a 6-week sneak peek back in 2008. I think he's hot. He's a little crazy, which, is nice, for thought, and he's only 25 or 26. Anyway, and he's worth $20 million. Anyway, remember last year I was telling you about Shia feuding with his uncle over an unpaid loan of $800,000. All right, so they tried to take this case to court, and the judge threw it out saying, look, the court system is full of mess. You and your uncle worked this out the best you can. Well, apparently they tried. They didn't try hard enough. They had to take it back to court. Shia won. The reason that the uncle needed the $800,000 loan is because the uncle owned an employment agency. But back in 2009, when the whole economy fell, the employment agency wasn't employing people, and I guess, the uncle needed, a couple of dollars. So he borrowed $800,000 from his nephew. The uncle is Shia LaBeouf's mother's brother. And it was a loan. And they did some sort of promissory note. And the loan was $800,000 plus interest and legal fees, which is, it's kind of chintzy, Shia. Now, I'll tell you this, okay? The uncle didn't think he had to pay the loan back because he provided Shia with, a man in the house and I guess a ride to Boy Scouts and whatnot growing up. Yeah, no word on whether Shia had the father in the house. So I'm assuming that it was his mom, a single mom, and, the mom's brother, the uncle, would come over and, throw a ball with the boy and explain to him about the birds and the bees and, pick him up from wrestling practice after school or whatever, whatever men do with boys. Now the judge ruled that Shia's uncle does have to pay back the $800,000 loan, plus interest and legal fees. It's kind of crappy. It's kind of crappy though, because the economy hasn't improved, which means that the employment agency is probably still as bad off as it was back in 2009. This man doesn't have $800,000, and he wasn't a wealthy man to begin with. Shia has $20 million. No, it's not right that the uncle signed something and then acted like he didn't have to pay it back. That's not right. But, Shia, you need to let this go. Because... you need to let it go and be the bigger person. And the way you get him back is you never assist him with anything financial ever again. Like if you let it go now, everything will be fine for Thanksgiving at your house during Thanksgiving. I'm big on the holidays, and I always think if you've got some mess going on in your family, you need to work on it at least 7 months before. But if Shia has Thanksgiving at his house and Shia pays for, his mother to come out there, don't pay for the uncle. Don't pay for the uncle's trip. Don't pay for the uncle's hotel. Don't pay for the uncle's rental car. Don't pay for the uncle's, pass into the club or Harvey Wallbangers or whatever. From now on, the uncle is on his own since he decided to do us dirty, Shia. But just let this go for the sake of keeping peace in the family in time for the holidays. Victoria Beckham recently admitted that removing her breast implants is probably the best thing that she did in terms of her credibility. In fact, they stay. Now, I wish you all would stop giving me such a hard time about it. I'm not listening to you. Anyway, so she had her 34 double Ds decreased to 34 natural As so that she could be taken more serious as a fashion woman. She says that people don't take you as seriously in the fashion world when you have breast implants that are disproportionate to your body. Well, look, I'm not looking to be on the cover of no fashion magazine, okay? I'm the Hot Topics lady. That's what I do, and that's what I does. But I have to agree with her, in the fashion world, it's very, very rare that you see gigantic anything. A gigantic butt, you girls who have those implants and stuff, you're not gonna be on the cover of Vogue either with those implants on your butt. Or this out here. And imagine if you have both. Pop, pop. Please. Anything, okay, woo! What is that, you? Stand up, let me look at you. Stand up. Pop, pow! Woo! I love my people. Thank you all for being here. But seriously, in fashion, anything past decent, as they whatever decent is, becomes vulgar, and then they don't want us. We don't need them either. Okay, so now, Golden Globes this week. The Oscars are this weekend. The Hollywood It Girl is Lupita Nyong'o. Lupita's getting praised for her red carpet looks as well as her acting skills. And it turns out that she actually prefers the natural look. She says that, first of all, she doesn't like to wear makeup unless she's on the red carpet or in a movie. I agree with that. I agree. And I'm not, on the red carpet or in movies or anything like that, but I do this show every day, and I know as soon as the show's done, the first thing I want to do is take the makeup off, and I just want to run around my town just with a wig and, some moisturizer on my face and some chapstick. She said when she was 19 years old, her hair was down to here. She always got a relaxer once a week, and she got sick of it. She shaved her hair off. She realized that she has a nice shaped head. Well, short hair is relative to the shape of your head. We've already talked about that. And her mother was upset with her for doing it. But the odd thing is that she said that she sometimes wears wigs at home. Now, if there's one place you don't have to wear a wig, except if you're going to the mailbox, it's home. But doesn't she have a nice top lip? She's got a nice mouth and good skin. You know what she uses to keep her skin glowy? She uses this stuff, and we looked it up on the internet. It's not expensive at all. She uses Hawaiian kukui oil. K-U-K-U-E, kukui oil. Hawaiian kukui oil. Sometimes you guys think that, in order to have good skin, or sometimes we as women, think that in order to have a good skin, you have to use all these expensive products. I'm a drugstore girl unless I get something free. I breeze right past all those counters at the, at the department store, them trying to sell you stuff. I don't buy their mascara. None of it. Yeah, I just keep it moving. Sean Penn's ex-wife, she's one of the House of Cards stars, Robin Wright, is explaining why she and Sean Penn separated 3 times before finally divorcing. Well, I didn't realize that either. She's since moved on. She's got a new boyfriend, and he's dating Charlize Theron, so everybody's happy. But she says that they tried to work it out for their kids, who are now 22 and 20 years old. I'll tell you what she said. She said, one of the reasons why we got back together and broke up so much was trying to keep the family together. If you've got kids, it's a family, and you try again, and you try again. All that trying might have been confusing to the kids, but I'll tell you, and I'm not a product of divorce, and I got divorced, many, many years ago, a big mistake that I made, but we didn't have any children. But it's been my observation, being a mom myself and having a lot of mom friends, that if you're gonna get divorced, the best time to get a divorce is when the kids are like 3.5 and younger. Because they bounce back, they'll never even remember much disruption in the house, or when the kids go away to college, freshman year. Anytime after that, it's like weird for the kids, especially when they get to be like 9 years old and up and start to develop their own personality. And by the time they're 15, they're like, Mom, stop nagging me, get off my back. That's what you did to Daddy. Stop, get off my, you know what I'm saying? You watch Lifetime, you know how kids are. you know, they start acting out and acting crazy, and divorce really does rock the house. So I get what she's saying. If you've got kids, then you try again. Also, it's not just kids. If you've got mortgage, you know, if you know, some car payments, there's a lot of stuff to mess with. But so good luck, you know, in your separate life, Rob and Wright, and you too, as long as we're talking about you, Sean Penn. And hey, kids, how you doing? Oh, keep clapping. Hot Topics is over, but we've still got more great show for you. From the hit show Dallas, the hot and sexy Josh Henderson is here. But up next, our Hot Talk channel is going to break down the hottest stories of the week. Don't miss it. Hottest topics. Joining me today are entertainment and lifestyle blogger Micah Jesse. Welcome back. The host of Couples Therapy on VH1. The finale is next Thursday. Give it up for Dr. Jen Berman. And journalist and author of First Class, formerly of MTV back in the day. Say hello to the legendary Allison Stewart. Okay, let's get started. A 13-year-old girl in San Francisco started controversy nationwide by selling 177 boxes of Girl Scout cookies outside of a medical marijuana shop. A lot of people do say she was brilliant for doing this. In response, the Girl Scouts of Colorado have now banned their members from selling cookies outside of medical marijuana stores in that state. Micah, do you agree or disagree?
I gotta keep it real, and I'm sure you all are gonna agree. I don't agree with this. I mean, I think everyone knows that when you smoke marijuana, you get what's called the munchies. This girl saw an opportunity and she jumped on it. She's the kind of girl that we are going to be working for one day. She's smart. Thank you. She's smart, she's intuitive, she's creative, and you know what? Do you think that the Girl Scout company is gonna turn away her money? No.
No, but all money is not good money. I'm not for this. I'm sorry. You know, I think it sends a bad message that you can, you know, whatever happened to the old school where parents would just take the boxes and sell them to their coworkers or ring the doorbell or something like that.
And part of what the Girl Scouts is supposed to be about is thinking outside of the box.
Then stand outside of the food town.
Why
do you have to be outside the weed spot?
Here's the thing. At least you know the guy who's going into the pot dispensary just wants his 10 boxes of cookies and going to go home and cuddle with them, as opposed to some rando in a supermarket parking lot coming up and saying, hey, little girl, let me talk to you. And also, you know what? Some of these big box stores sell things like guns. You know, and they sit outside of those stores and sell cookies.
Entrepreneurial. I have daughters. I have two 7-year-olds who are Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
If they came up with this idea, I would totally support it because I think it's creative. I think it's thinking outside the box. I think you're right. I think we're going to be working for that girl someday.
And to that point, I mean, grocery stores where we normally see these young girls sell cigarettes and beer. So how is it any different?
It's a contest, though. The girls also are rewarded if they sell more. Maybe cookies. That's part of the problem.
I don't know. I mean, you know, like our 13-year-old knows about weed. He doesn't know everything that weed does to you, like it makes you sleepy, gives you the munchies and things like that. I would be a little pissed to find out that he was selling outside a medical dispensary. We polled at wendyshow.com. 77% of you agree with the ban. In other words, you're thumbs upping the girl. So good for you. And let's move along to the next story. There's a mom causing firestorm on Twitter after a conversation she had with Delta Airlines that went viral. The mom was upset that Delta refused to let her breastfeed her 10-week-old baby without covering him up or her up on her upcoming flight. Delta offered a compromise to this mom. They tweeted, I would suggest pumping if you can and bring it on board with you. Now, let me just say that you're allowed to bring more than 3 ounces of breast milk. You can bring as much breast milk as you want on the plane. It's after getting bad publicity, Delta did cave in and say it was okay, but the debate continues. So the question is, are you okay with a woman breastfeeding without a cover on a plane? Dr. J?
I am very pro breastfeeding. I've written a book, Super Baby 12, to give your child a head start in the world.
Yeah.
And I think that it's so important that moms breastfeed. We know that all the studies show helps brain development, it helps the immune system, it helps everything. And at the same time, we live in a culture where breasts are sexual objects.
Only in this country.
Yes, in this country. And that's where the flight was.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I would want to be sitting next to someone who I didn't know and seeing her breast. And I think that there is a level of modesty.
Dr. Jen, I agree with you. I know this is a sensitive subject for me because I'm a guy, right? So I don't have breasts. But you know,
Nor do you like breasts. How you doing?
How do you know? How you doing? You know, it would be uncomfortable for me, I have to be honest. Yeah.
I have to say, though, in terms of things that are disgusting on airplanes, this is way down
Like
on the
people who take
list.
their
Have you
shoes off
flown
and show
lately?
their toes,
And
yeah.
actually, I think, first of all, that's what they're here for, right? And the other thing about that tweet, which I think is weird, is those breast pumps are expensive. And unless Delta's giving them away with a half a glass of soda, I mean, also, imagine trying to get one of those through security.
Okay, I have a problem with this. You know, if you're gonna be breastfeeding, please just put a cover over your boobs. Also, I would like for the airline to be warned ahead of time that you're gonna be a breastfeeding mom. That way they can sit you all the way in the back of the plane so that nobody's looking at you doing it, and you know, just have a little bit more discretion. At wendyshow.com, we polled 61% of people said they have no problem breastfeeding with no cover on airplanes. Okay. Our next story is Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial. Have you seen this one? Okay. It's the one in South Africa that's causing controversy. This time, KFC. The commercial is about a little girl who's feeling out of place, her first day at school in a new country. Take a look at the commercial, and then we'll talk. Okay, the question is this commercial racist? Allison?
Let's just say that in February, no one should just say fried chicken. Let's just start a rule, you know, especially KFC. I mean, they have had problems with this before in terms of insensitivity, especially given their product and the history and the stereotypes around fried chicken. I think about this commercial as being more ignorant and problematic than racist. I think racist is a really hard word.
Yeah.
Because you're taking an American stereotype. I mean, I Googled what's comfort food in South Africa. There's nothing about fried chicken. Like, there's no comfort food.
KFC is selling fried chicken. That's what they sell. That's it. And look, I'm no KFC fan. They have some of the worst animal cruelty records around, and I'm a vegan, so I am no fan of theirs. And at the same time, if they're selling their product, which is fried chicken in South Africa.
A little white girl?
A little white South African girl? That was my point.
Well, but the population there, 8.9% of the population is white. That's not who they're looking to sell to. That's not the majority of people in South Africa.
This stereotype only exists in America. I was speaking to some of my friends who are from other countries, and they said, we don't even know that this stereotype even exists. KFC's intention here was positive, and it was very clear. It's about bringing people together. And if it takes fried chicken to bring people together, then so be it.
Thank you. The KFC marketing director said, we wanted an advert that would show how the great taste of KFC creates moments that connect people. Personally, as a foodie, I feel like food connects people like nothing else. I thought that those little girls were cute and sweet, and sorry, but because you might want me to say it's racist, I don't see this as being racist. I see this as food bringing people together. And then some people, like on my staff, looked at it and said, well, why does she have to be licking her fingers? Because that's what you do when the food is good.
Looking good.
All right, so we polled at wendyshow.com. 73% of you said that the commercial is not racist. Clap in the audience if you think the commercial is racist. Well, that was a finger-looking spicy panel today. Thank you all for coming by. For more information about all of our panelists, go to wendyshow.com, everyone. Still to come, we've got Dallas star Josh Henderson here, but up next, it's time for Ask Wendy. Don't go far. everyone, it's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing, darling?
How you doing?
Very well. How can I help?
I have a friend who's recently pregnant. She has a man. I've only met him once.
Okay.
And it seems like she's keeping him secret. How do I find out? Well, here's the other part of it. I found out he's on the website, a singles website, through another friend. How do I find out if she knows that he's playing around?
How far along is she pregnant?
About 2 months.
Is this her first child?
Yes.
So you don't want to do anything to rattle the area?
Yes.
You know, so you're not going to divulge this information until after the baby's born. I'm sorry.
Well, I felt the same way because I don't want to gossip. It seems like it's gossipy, and I don't know what she knows.
I mean, gossiping's the other side of it, but just based on I had trouble, you know, delivering, you know, having Kevin, I consider pregnancy a serious condition. That past the gossip, you just don't want to rattle the area. She's going through enough being a first-time mom, and apparently a single mom.
Yes.
They don't live together.
No.
How long have they been dating?
I say maybe 2 years.
Okay, so they've been dating for 2 years, and
Yes.
you've only met him once?
Yes.
How good a friend are you or not?
Coworker.
Coworker. So that's not a friend, that's a coworker.
Well, we've known each other for a while.
Oh, don't say anything.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
You know what? If you, by chance, want to send her an anonymous letter, if you write the letter... Look, no. Listen. I'm good at hatching a plan. You cut out the letters from the Inquirer, and you paste them to the page. I mean, if you want to... After the baby is born, though, you do this. I wouldn't tell her this directly. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah. Damn.
I just don't want her living a lie. Like, you know, it's like she's starting off and you just,
Well, whatever.
It's rough.
You just send her something, either write with your left hand or cut and paste.
Okay.
But not until after the baby is born.
Thank
Okay. Everyone, okay, so what would you do if your boyfriend's mother keeps calling you fat? Well, you've come to the right place. More Ask Wendy is next. Welcome back. We're still doing Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
How you doing?
I'm Bill from Philly. This is my boyfriend, Sean. We've been together 6 years, and every time I see Sean's mom, she likes to say that I look fat or I'm getting fatter or... How do I go about telling her it's wrong? I feel uncomfortable without causing any drama between all of us.
Well, let's ask Sean.
Well, my mom thinks I'm a perfect size, too. That's my mom.
Is there a way that you could, I mean, you all have been together for 6 years. You know, calling somebody fat can really do a number on them. Trust me, I know. And the number is getting done on you, right?
Yeah, I could try to sit down and talk to my mom, but it's my mom, you know?
Why don't you sit down and talk to his mom? If you've been together for 6 years and she clearly sees that you make her son very happy, you know, while you all aren't married, certainly 6 years invested in a relationship, and you don't seem like a mean man.
No.
I know you know how to talk in calm tones,
Yeah.
and just explain to her that it makes you uncomfortable. Would that be okay with you?
Sure, I'll sit down with them.
Okay, and you'll sit also? Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. You're very
Thank you,
welcome.
Wendy.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Everybody keep it here. Up next, Dallas star Josh Henderson. Welcome back. Look, we all love to hate our next guest as J.R. Ewing's evil offspring, John Ross, on the hit show Dallas. Take a look.
What's going on?
Your new secretary, Candace. You were all over her this morning.
Oh, I was just flirting. Trying to get her to find out how Chris was gonna stop me from fracking South Fork. Hand to God. Nothing's going on with my secretary. Come on now, you know flirting's not cheating.
If I ever find out you've been stepping out on me, God's wrath will be the least of your worries.
I know that's right. Please welcome the very hot Josh Henderson. Hi. How are you?
Oh, so glad to be back.
You know, I'm doing well. So, last time I saw you, you were
What
here.
up?
And your show was in its first season.
Yes.
Now here we are in season 3. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm hearing that this season's gonna shape up to be racier than ever.
I'm calling it Dallas on steroids.
Yes.
It is everything that you love about Dallas, backstabbing, scheming, blackmailing, sex, all that. It's that taken up to the next level. It's crazy.
Well, we like that, certainly. Have you gotten a chance to see your billboard in Times Square?
You know what? I actually went last night. I just landed yesterday, and
Did you cry? Did you cry when you saw it?
I shed a tear. Yeah. No, you know, it's really. I mean, it's like a once in a lifetime thing to have a billboard down there. I come from the country, man. To see myself in Times Square is like the craziest thing ever.
Isn't that crazy? Did you double park the car and sit and just watch it and call people? No, really.
To be honest, I took a selfie. I was
See?
I literally did one of these, and then like 7 people was like, "Hey, is that what in the world?" It was really funny. I caused a little bit of a scene.
No, but you know what? That's good because that shows that you're not affected by being on a hit show. It's still all very surreal to you.
Every day to me is a blessing.
Yeah. Now, you're from Dallas.
I am.
Yes?
I was born in Dallas.
Do your people, your family, do they still live there?
Some of my family does. My family, since I've been on the show, has grown.
Yes.
I have cousins and relatives I didn't know I had, but it's okay. Social networks, they can find you now.
Do you embrace them?
I do. I try to do a little background check for my mom. I'm like, hey, Mom, is this person legit? Or,
yes.
Because, I don't want to just welcome anybody because you never know.
Right.
You never know
who
they might be. Exactly. I watch, Dateline and stuff like that a lot. That stuff is...
So now I understand that your mom is very involved with your social media. In what way, Josh?
She is just so hardcore with Facebook and Twitter. She's like someone will post a picture and it'll get such and such amount of comments, and she'll go in. If somebody says anything bad, she'll be like, actually, do you know my son? Because I know my son, and that's not my son, and blah blah blah. You better not know. And she goes nuts, and then she'll be like, hey, so there's a girl that lives outside of Dallas. She said she'd like to have lunch with you, Josh. Is that okay? I'm like, are you playing matchmaker right now on Facebook? It kind of freaks me out. She's very involved. She's very involved.
But that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. She cares, and she's always looking out for me. Like, if somebody posts something bad, it's like, I go, Mom, you can't, let that stuff get to you. It's going to happen. And, but she likes to, tell people what's up.
But also, I would imagine your mother sacrificed a lot to get you to where you are today.
She did.
I didn't realize this, but Josh got his start on the reality show.
Pop Stars.
Pop Stars.
It's crazy. It was a show in 2002. I was right out of high school, and I hopped in line thinking maybe I can get on TV. I never thought I was going to be in this business. 80,000 kids auditioned for this group. Somehow I won and recorded the record, went on tour, and that got me my start, and here I am.
Interesting. Well, we have a little bit of the music video that you made with the group. But look, obviously you've always been hot.
Oh my goodness.
I like your eyebrows.
Goodness.
And your tipped hair.
Look at the blonde spikes.
Yeah.
I should go back to that look right there.
Well, are you more of a singer or more of an actor?
I think it's 50-50. I mean, I started in music. I was literally born a dancer. At 2.5 years old, I won World's Youngest Breakdancing Contest.
Really?
In Corpus Christi, Texas. And so I grew up literally like couldn't keep me still. And I never thought that was going to, help me make a living. I just figured that, that was just something that was instilled in me as a kid. And the show came around, I auditioned, and then my voice continued to grow.
Yes.
Like each audition process, I was getting more and more comfortable to the point where now I've had 2 record deals since then. And I'm doing music now for Dallas.
Really?
Yeah. So
oh, you're doing music for Dallas
I
too.
am.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, Larry Hagman, as we all know, passed away last year. Where were you when you found out?
Man, that was a rough day because, he was battling cancer season 1. Season 2, we had all believed that he beat it, and he did, but what we didn't know was it had spread to his blood, and once that happens, it's really rough. We didn't know that. So I was at the Grove in LA, and Linda Gray called me, and I was in line somewhere, so I was going to call her back. And oddly enough, I looked at my friend and I said, I hope Larry's all right. It was I don't even know why there was a connection. Sure enough, I checked my voicemail, and she said, you need to call me ASAP. Call me back. And I called her, and she said, I hate to tell you this, but Larry passed away about an hour ago.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of the Grove, and it was an odd experience because that's a very populated area, and I'm freaking out on this phone call, and then people were asking to take pictures and stuff, and so I was trying to smile, but I really wanted to get out of there. It was a rough day, Larry and I were very close. He's an amazing man.
Well, so now you're carrying on the legacy of J.R. Ewing.
Having a blast doing it.
Yeah. I mean, those are some big shoes to fill.
They are.
Right there.
Yeah, big shoes, the biggest.
I've seen a picture of you and your new girlfriend. How'd you guys meet? Let's show the picture.
Her name is Andrea. She's an awesome girl. A friend of mine did a show called Survivor, and she's played Survivor twice. So
Oh, really?
They linked us up, and we hit it off in the beginning, and we're still together today.
How long has this been going on?
Almost 9 months.
9 months.
Going
Oh,
on
do you
9
guys
months.
live together?
No, she lives here, and I'm in Dallas and LA, so it's long distance. It's tough. It's not the easiest
That
thing
is
in the
tough.
world.
That is tough. Well, I wish you well. I'm happy for you, and the show is just terrific.
Thank you so much.
I was there for the original Dallas,
Yes.
and it's nice to watch the reboot as well. You have to make sure you check out Dallas. It's in its 3rd season, you know. It's on Monday nights at 9 o'clock on TNT. Clap it up for Josh Henderson.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back. Isn't she cute? This is Jada Burton from Baltimore. She drove all the way up here. I love your outfit. You're my audience eye candy of the day. I got a diva fan for you. Tell me about those leopard booties.
Okay, my vest came from Forever 21 and it was $39.50. My skirt is from a store called Strawberry and it was $15.
We love Strawberry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
And my shoes are from Bare Feet and I got them on sale for $59.99.
And the knee socks are adorable. Here's your diva fan, Jada. Safe trip back to Baltimore. We'll be right back. Good job. I want to thank Josh Henderson for being hot. And thank you to our Hot Talk panel for being spicy and my studio audience for being so colorful. You look beautiful. On Monday, we're going to break down the Oscar highlights, including the red carpet fashions. Plus, you know I've got all the latest juicy hot topics. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye!